Hey everybody, it's William Green. These are my green pets. You can see the angle of the sun has changed so much. Only the left side of the tent gets sunlight now in the mornings. Right side of the tent is shady. And that is the reason why the fan points this way, because this area needs higher air circulation. First of all, a lot of these plants are in pots, plastic pots, and plastic takes longer to dry out, but also because it's shadier in the winter, it doesn't get as much light, and there's more likely to be problems over here because of that. So it gets a little bit more windy over here, and of course they're Cattleyas, they need to dry out anyway. So we're going to look at some growth today. We're going to continue looking at roots. Still don't feel like I have the root situation understood, but I also am starting to just be at peace with it. These plants have been through a lot worse than some shriveled bulbs and some roots with black dots at the end, so I think we're going to be okay. I'm just going to chill out a little bit. Alright, let's see what we got in bud, in spike, and in bloom right now. Little Bulbo lepidum is got a nice spike here, and it is going to be blooming out very soon. Excited about that guy. Done pretty well in this kind of unconventional pot, but he should be blooming out probably in the next 3 or 4 days. Rlc Jessie Lee, wow, what a weird situation. This plant, see, I sprayed it with insecticide, and it affected the bud. It split open prematurely, but now the whole rest of the bud seems to be getting to that point where it's ready to open up. So fingers crossed, it might open up normally. Might be a little wonky, but that's okay. Lesson learned. I'm just glad to have any little flower on this plant after it was divided earlier this year. Bulbo catenulatum continues to bloom out with its pretty little flowers. Really nice little things. Got several spikes on the way. I thought that Bulbo medusae had 2 spikes on her, but it turns out they are growths. This plant is growing, so that's fine. Happy to see that too. See another one back there. So 2 more growths. Looks like the bulbs have really plumped up on this plant after it was divided. Lots of nice new roots coming out too there, so I'm happy to see it going. Clowesia Rebecca Northen's got 2 little spikes starting to grow out. Not expecting these to be in flower for another 1.5 months. Take a while, but I'm excited to have 2 and looking forward to the blooms and the fragrance. Jumbo World also been lost another leaf this week. Got 2 nice spikes. This one's just about to hit the side of the pot. I expect what it'll do is it'll hit the side of the pot, then kind of crawl up and out. And of course, got another one there. And really hoping for a really spectacular show. More than 24 flowers on 1 spike would be good. Hal is working on a flower bud here, and he'll probably come out with that guy in next 3 days or so. I'm realizing that the same issue that I'm having with the Cattleyas about shriveled bulbs, I also have with Hal. So now again, I'm wondering if it's something to do with maybe minerals, too many minerals. It can't take up water because of a mineral imbalance. I'm not sure. It's still weird though that a plant that is mounted would have that problem. You can see this is Orchid. Orchid is putting out tons and tons and tons of roots, but its bulbs are shriveled. And I'm asking myself, is putting out that many roots taking the water out of the bulbs, maybe? I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. You'd think with that many roots it could take up plenty of water, the bulb should be fat. The plant next to it is also rooting, and its bulbs are not hardly shriveled at all. It's weird. I've got some that are shrivelly and some that aren't. In my war against the fungus gnats, I have purchased this predator. 12,000 of them. Unfortunately, they don't sell them in smaller denominations. So this came in just this little container was full of, looked like sphagnum peat moss, chopped up sphagnum peat moss, and it had all the little critters, you know, tiny little critters crawling around. So I just took a teaspoon and just sprinkled a teaspoon into each potted plant, even some on the mounts. Hopefully any fungus gnat larva, thrips, root aphid, spider mite, and any other soil dwelling pest will quickly be consumed by this voracious predator. We will see. Still got my eye on Cattleya walkeriana, hoping against hope that we're going to see some kind of bloom spike push out, but who knows, maybe not. So notice Wine Delight really fattening up his little bulb there, and even putting out a new root this late in the season. So I would expect that bulb, once it gets nice and fat, the leaves will drop off, but they may not. I'm going to keep watering until I see signs of leaf drop, but maybe it'll try to go ahead and start growing a new growth on it because it is so small. This Cattleya labiata seedling is doing really well. I mean, you can see the progression in the size of the leaves as it's gotten bigger and bigger. And then check out this newest growth. That is really big. That next one's going to be taller than even this guy here, so that's exciting. Always good to see that linear progression of larger and larger bulbs on seedlings. Just a quick look at the seedlings. Looking pretty good. This is the newest leaf on a Dawiana rosita. Really, really nice. Happy about those. This little Dawiana aurea starting to get some size on it, and it looks like it's got some pinkish color in the leaf there. This is the largest Cattleya rex from this year's batch. Got these back in May. Look at that. He's well on his way. These are the Periflora Cattleya rexes. This was a variety pack with 5 different varieties of Cattleya rex. I have a feeling the big ones are the Ayacucho variety. The description said they were really growing well in the flasks. They are really big, but who knows? Got my Blossfeldianas here, putting out new growths, new roots, and then more Periflora. These are more of that 5 variety pack. I got 4 flasks of the 5 variety pack, so the hope was that some of each variety would survive. That way I'd have 6 different varieties of Rex. 7 actually, if you count what I have now. And then this is a Rex Splash. This is the whole flask all in one little pot. Seem to be doing okay. Love it. And then of course these are the experimental Rexes growing on antlers. They do like to be mounted. Works really well for them. Alright guys, that is it for my green pets today. Thank you guys for stopping by. And we'll see you next week. Bye.